Mic check 1 2 1 2. Life is poetic. Life is poetic. Hosted by yours truly, Poeticlee, Poeticlee. And you already know we gotta get the energy right as we get into this. We already gotta get the energy right. Oh, hold on. Get the music in the background. My levels are right. My levels right. My levels right. The camera's on. The lights are on. Oh, we here. Life is poetic, baby. Life is poetic. And hold on, we're gonna do this right. You know how every intro, I gotta make sure I come in just right. Let's go. Let's get it. Because we addressing it today. Let's go.
What's a man to a king? What's a king to a goat? What's a goat to a god?
This is me,
nigga. What's your life without the lies? What's your truth in disguise?
What your ego trying to hide?
Yeah.
What's a man to a king?
What's a king to a goat?
What's a goat to a god?
This is me, nigga. What's your life without the lies? What's your truth in disguise?
What your ego trying to hide?
This is me, nigga.
Oh man, let's get that down. Let's get that down. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Ooh, because we're gonna get into it today. We're gonna get into it. I want to say thank you for being on this journey. Thank you for being on this ride. Life is poetic. Life is poetic, baby. It's not just one, linear line. It's not just one, just script that you just, oh, okay, here's the script of life. No, it's so poetic, being how the symbols, how the signs, how the twists, the turns. It's dancing in motion. It's being able to realize, oh, wait, the song just changed and I have to pick up my feet and keep moving to the beat. Oh, the song just changed in another language, though I need to be able to comprehend what maybe the context of this song may be. You know, is it a romantic song? Is it a comedy? Do I know? Am I reading the room? Am I reading the room right now to see if I need to laugh? Am I reading the room to see, where I insert a joke? Am I reading the room to learn how to, have more empathy and how to be right there with the crowd? So that's why life is poetic, baby, because it's about not just knowing yourself and being so aware of yourself, but it's always living as the answer of being able to read outside of yourself as well, right? And that's what we're gonna get talking about, because I've been on this journey of myself. So I'm a poet, producer. If you've been tapping in, if you're familiar with my work, that was me on the intro of my song "This Is Me." You can stream it for right now, because I'm not sure how long that'll be streaming. Even if you end up listening to this, you're like, it's not streaming. Well, you missed out. Or you're subscribed to poeticlee.com, where all my music, all my content is kicking it for you there as well. So, being on this journey as a poet, we talked about, or being on this journey as a creative all around, creative as an entrepreneur. We talk about going through your surviving, right? You may see my titles and it's a lot about surviving, though I'm thoroughly in the mindset, and I'm thoroughly in the lifestyle of being able to thrive, right? And thrive and strive. So I talk about these moments where it came from a survival mindset, though it came to more of a thriving and striving practice of life and practicality and just lifestyle that you learn how to adapt to. It doesn't mean that you get, every routine for 365 is exactly the same. It may be for some people's cases, shout out to you. You may get every single day. That might be one of your goals, to live every single day just like you lived yesterday, right? Though that's why life is poetic, because even within that, there's something that's being shown to you, or being just obviously given to you, where it's meant for you to learn and for you to gain something. Though it's also it's maybe a practice that you said you want to do something, and it's showing you the power of what you can do with the mind. And that's why life is poetic too, because as we become more aware of being the narrators of our life, as we become more aware of being the writers and the storytellers of our life, we become more aware of how we're actually crafting this life through our words, through our thoughts, how we conceive something is how we believe something is, then that's how we achieve something. So how we conceive is how we believe and how we achieve. And then that goes into so many different things that we may have up our sleeve. Come on, baby. This is Life is Poetic. And I'm yours truly, Poeticlee, Poeticlee. And that's how we get to everything. You may hear a little bit of poetry just in here, because you're dealing with an artist, you're dealing with a poet. And when I look more into my story and I look back to my journey, as we talk about discovering who we're becoming on this path. We talk about discovering who we're becoming and within ourselves, right? And then within that discovery of our becoming, what are some of the challenges that we face upon that journey? And one of the challenges that I've talked about is surviving through my torn ligaments in my knee, which is my ACL and my meniscus in my right knee, and how that really, developed more of my patience, developed more of my mentality of being not being the person that I was so used to showing up as, not being the one for myself, right? Not being able to just make a split decision on my pivot foot and be able to pivot, because when you're injured in that situation, there is no quick pivot. It's this is where you are right now. And it was so beautiful going through that, because it was so much of being shown to me, this is where you are right now. This is it. This is where you are right now. And you are in this moment to reflect on it. Sure, that's the holistic approach to it, right? Being able to reflect and see what you can tangibly be able to do, tangibly not be able to do, kind of just to yourself, maybe some of your artistic crafts and artistic approaches. Though for me, was really being able to sit in that moment and not beat myself up a lot of times, right? Not beat myself up. And so much in our journey, we have, and as you hear me saying it in my line, what's, dealing with your ego, right? Dealing with your pride. And so much of my ego and my pride had to get tested in that time frame with my injury, because there's so much of your pride that looks, I mean, let's take it from a standpoint of even pride in not being able to ask for help, right? Not being able to ask for help. So we look at from just the external part of it, right? External of the journey, external of healing, external of just your journey of who you're becoming and what that looks like with the outside people around you. So much pride and so much ego goes first in pride of being able to achieve something for self, being able to do something for self, right? Then there's another level of pride where it's like, okay, I don't want to become a hindrance. I don't want to become a burden to someone else because of what I may need to ask them to do for me. But you get to really thinking about the ones that are in your life, right? And I love this. I met shout out to Lisa. I met Lisa today, and she has her own practice of dealing with so many, when you talk about mental health therapists and mental just it goes beyond just, I believe, that title. So shout out to everyone that deals with being able to guide people to clarity in life and learning how to accept different realities that sometimes can be tough to accept, because I I know that for myself in my journey, how tough it was to accept at different points that I can't move my leg. I can't even drive right now. I'm going to be here in the crib. That's where we are in that time frame. So one of the things she pointed out to me that I thought was really fly was, she was saying, there are two types of friends, right? There's one with a capital F and one with a lowercase f. And and that the ones with the capital F are really there for real, and being able to see where you are, who you are as a person, where can I really benefit you as a friend, as and accompany you on your journey, and being able to there and check in on you, being able to really know what's going on. Then you got the one with the lowercase where it's like, yeah, I'm beneficial when it's beneficial towards me, right? I'm gonna show when yeah, we cool, but I'm gonna show when it's necessary. And being on the journey, right? And being on the journey when you face obstacles, being on the journey when you face challenges, because what's really a challenge when it's really only defining more of who you are inside, when it's really only shaping you up and really carving you out to really show the world that you were a diamond, you were something so precious within, and you just need the moment to show that, a moment that was worth the test. And that's where we really come to look at challenges here on Life is Poetic, because there are so many different moments that are going to come that really just going to show you, have you prepared for the test? Have you physically prepared for the test? Every single day we have an obligation, we have a devotion, we have a choice, right? To prepare ourselves for the physical, the moments that are going to call for us in life that may take that extra strength, that take that extra arm strength, right? We're going to be called to the moments that may take that special mental strength. And these are some of the things, right, that we just need to have more discussion on. It's not about what I wish I could have had more, because the more is here now, right? You go through life to understand what you need more of. And I know for me, it was definitely understanding how I need more, just becoming more of sometimes the spiritual strength, right? Sometimes more of the emotional strength, that big thing right there, the emotional capacity within one. You may have the mental strength, you may have the physical strength, you may have the spiritual strength, right? But do you have the emotional strength to really withstand when that rain, when the tides get big and that water's whoosh, whoosh, it's on you, and it feels like it's drowning. You're drowning within the waters. Well, do you have the emotional strength to in the capacity to be able to breathe within those moments and realize all that's just going to go right down. You're not going to drown. All is going to level out, and you're going to come out with your head right above the water each time. Each time, for sure. And it's a practice. It's a practice. Being able, when you hear that person yelling at you, when you hear that person just going fast, cutting you off, that breathe through it. Breathe through and realize that your head is above the water. So noticing these people on our journey, right? And realizing who's there and realizing who's around us, who is showing up when certain things are happening in your life, and how are they showing up, right? Who is showing up, what is going on, and how are they showing up? These are some of the real things that I'm paying more attention to. I paid attention in my life, right? But you get constant reminders to begin, right? Sometimes you stop, but then to continue to begin of just, it's audited. Everybody around me, I tell people around me all the time, everybody around me gets audited. Who needs to be on this next journey with me? I can't just continue. That's sometimes a really disservice to yourself, is thinking that you can continue to take the same people that's always been there. No, let's see. Right? Same thing in sports. When that time of the year comes around, we're seeing, okay, who's going to be on this roster? You had some great years. We had some great runs. But you didn't take it serious this year. You took the off season off, right? You took our loyalty, you took our brand, our bond, whatever. You took it off. You took it for granted. Let it slack. Now it doesn't mean that I just cut you off, but it's again the accountability that we have in our relationship, in our bond. What is that accountability like for us? For me to look at you and say, hey, you're slacking right here. And do you take that now? It's we're friendly fire. We're shooting at each other because now I'm on ice on even how to tell you that, hey, I believe there's more that you can, hey, what's going on here? I believe we're slacking off. How I think there's this comfort of how you can talk to me now because of how we're hanging around each other that I don't necessarily agree with. And that's a discussion to have on who we're becoming, right? On this journey of who we're becoming, we have to understand there are going to be moments that who we've been will not always be who we're becoming. Who we've been will not always be who we're becoming. So if I've been somebody in the past that, maybe we hang around and maybe we can talk about, maybe we can gossip, right? Let's just keep it a G. Maybe you can sit around with somebody and say, oh, we used to gossip, boy. And now you come around thinking that you can still bring that energy. Though maybe I went through something and realized that, that's not the energy. Even if I realize it myself, I'm not a person that gossips, but you entertained it with somebody. Right? Somebody else could gossip around you. You entertained it. You allowed it to go on. Your spirit agreed with their spirit in that moment because you didn't cut them off. You didn't start them and say, hey, let's not talk about that. You didn't actually challenge them to, remember, challenge, right? Did you give them pushback on who they were being in that moment, or did you just let them be who they were, even if you didn't reply? Right. And this is me to myself, right? Even if you didn't reply and say, I don't agree with that. You didn't make a firm vocal affirmation, affirmative, I didn't agree with this. That is when spirit really knows that you've really about your business. When you verbally, vocally let your throat express that, whoosh, let that word be said, and then you move with action behind it. Say, hey, I don't agree with that. Not going to talk about it. And if they want to have some feelings about it, okay, cool. They can have their feelings on it. I won't hang around you because this is the energy you present. That's what we are. And that's what we are in who we're becoming too, because as you talk about some of the challenges, again, as you talk about some of the rooms that you're going to enter in with your evolution and your elevation as you go through these moments, it's about recognizing what parts of yourself, of course, you can remove, but also who around you is deserving to go into those rooms with you. That is a representation of your spiritual health. And your wealth. That is a representation of your spiritual health and how you're aligning those people around you. This is for me. I'm recognizing the people that I have around me, parents, mom, dad, cousins, whoever it may be around me, my bros, my sis, the clients that I deal with and go out with. How you around me doesn't just represent my business acumen. It represents my spiritual health towards myself. How am I aligning myself with somebody that wants to, that has morals that go against where I'm standing for, though I'm sitting in the car vibing with you? I'm sitting in the car smoking with you. I'm sitting in the car drinking with you. I'm out the bar drinking with you, though your morals of who you are as a person, how it's like this. How you gonna go out with somebody, right? And they don't take showers, but they put on perfume, they put on cologne, they put on oils, but they don't shower. Okay, we're gonna go out. I don't agree with you not showering, but you smell good right now. No. Oh, I don't agree with who you are as a person spiritually, but you're on your best, you're on your P's and Q's right now. No. Are you working to make this be a part of your life, or are you just going to continue not showering, not brushing your teeth, but putting the mitt in, chewing the gum? It's a lot of people out here they aren't brushing, they aren't taking good care of hygiene of self and spiritual in their spirit, in their soul. What they're doing is masking, throwing the clothes on, throwing the filter on. We love to Instagram life, Insta life. Put on a filter. I can show you my highlight. No. Strip down. Let me really smell under your armpits. Let me smell under your mental armpits and see how you're really taking care of your mental health. Now, this isn't a shot to say, oh, because you may not, right? Because we can't judge on what that not looks like. You may be doing that, but you could do better, right? You can do better for yourself. I can do better. I can continue to do better with my spiritual health by aligning myself with whom and what I truly say that I'm about. So if I say that I'm a man of integrity and I'm a man of honesty, then am I aligning my people around me with those same intentions? Again, they may not do that today, but do they have the intentions to continue to grow? They say, man, you know what? Sometimes me and my bros and me and my sister talk about, I did X, Y, Z. Though I'm working. I recognize where that right there caught me up. I'm recognizing where I'm still learning how to accept how to deal when that temptation arrives. The honesty with self. You and your higher self got to talk about it. But though your higher self has been through this, so your higher self can look at you and say that you still get tempted by that, right? Yeah, I do. So what's up? We're gonna talk about it. Those to me are the people on our journeys that can sit with us, say, what's up? Let's really talk about it. What's going on right there? Let's pull the veil back a little bit right there. I believe the fake people around you don't want to address the realness going on in life. They want you to keep slipping, so it can make us always feel, my ego can feel good that you're slipping, and I can woe is you. Oh, it'll be okay. I can be there as your person to make you feel good, right? With fake feeling good, because I can fake feel good for my own self. I like to fake feel good for my own self. No. People around me, we need to challenge each other. People around me, and if I'm in your circle, then we're sharpening each other. It doesn't mean that every day that, it means whatever it means, right? It means whatever it means. It means whatever moment that we're in, whatever alignment that we're in, and I can hit you up and say, you're an artist. I can hear a song that I can hear the potential, right? I can hear where you can take it with your vocals, and I can say, that's good, but you can do better. And you can listen to that now. Man, at first you might be like, man, what Lee talking about? I spent hours in the studio. I wrote this hook. I love it. Though, what are you hearing? Right? And it doesn't mean that you change. It just means that you're open to understanding what the world is presenting to me. We can cut ourselves off from so much downloaded information that allows us to upgrade. Don't cut yourself off from the download that allows you to upgrade, because you think the download has a virus with it. You're supposed to trust your source. Trust your source. That way, if I trust the people around me, anything they say at first, okay, I sit with it, breathe. It may not be something I want to hear in that moment. Though, if I trust the source that it's coming from, I can't judge the download. Why was that download? You are a person of righteousness. You are a person you are a divine being around me. So when I listen to you, that's a divine word being spoken to me. Let me take that in consideration. So as we're on this journey, going through our phases of our becoming, as we're on this journey, going through our phases of learning what is there in front of us to see defining who we are. Not a challenge, though what is in front of us to help define who we are through what we may see as an obstacle, though it's really helping us conquer more of our mind, conquer more of our strategic abilities, our agility to get around something, get through something, get over something, right? What skill do I need? Do I need to jump right now? Do I need to slide? What skill set do I have in my bag right now? And that's where life is facing us. And as we're on this journey, is being able to discover, really be able to analyze, and really be able to think, not squint, but really know, feel safe, feel flow, feel empowerment, feel in touch, feel that love, be able to speak with that love, feel that inspiration to speak about each other, be able to see, I can imagine your greatness and you can imagine my greatness, and we can know that we're here together. Are we discovering those people on our journey? Let's ask ourselves, let's be aware, and let's know for ourselves that the people on our journey, that we trust their source. We trust their source, and which means we can trust their download, which means we can even, if I trust your download, I don't stop my upgrade. The same for me. If you can trust my download, trust my source, you don't stop your upgrade, and we're upgrading together. That's the power of who we have around us, right? That's the power of knowing who we have around us while we're on our journey of becoming more of our desired self. So that's why life is poetic, baby, because the people that you have around you, they get you to understand the upgrade that you're truly making towards yourself. And I'm your host, once again, Poeticlee, Poeticlee. Make sure, I got to do all the things that everybody does on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you tune in. Poeticlee.com. It's a lot of great events that we have going on, R&B and poetry in the North Carolina region area. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to every artist. I'm a producer too, so tap in with me. Till next time, much love. And remember, the question is always about living as the answer. Love, baby.